in our program we have a part where we make a resume of all the interventions, which is quite difficult. I will try to highlight some of the. I took some notes about on the technical part, the technological components of the conference, just to frame these interventions. I must tell you that I did my PhD 30 years ago on the application of artificial intelligence. So I'm not a specialist, but I'm quite aware of the implications and developments that were that came around for the last 30 years. So I think one of the major this regarding to Professor Arlindo Oliveira, which I really appreciated the intervention because it's my field of research. One of the major ethical concerns is the potential impact of AI on employment. You all know that automation may lead to displacement or even job displacement, or even closure of some facilities, some companies. Another concern is the potential for bias and discrimination in AI systems, since algorithms may replicate what we do actually. In fact, I was talking with a few colleagues here, and I think AI learns what we teach them. So he learns from us. He learns what we are. So I think the consequence is as good as we are. So if we are afraid, it's because we are really afraid of ourselves, of learning a bit of ourselves. On the side of privacy, I think there's also a significant ethical concern, as Aid already mentioned. AI systems can collect and may collect and use vast amounts of personal data, raising questions about consent, data ownership, data protection. Also, in the development of autonomous systems, we have been raising concerns, important ethical questions about or around accountability, liability, which will come soon as autonomous systems come around us. So these are some of the questions that were mentioned by Professor Arlindo Oliveira, and I think they are quite important. I retain these ones. Maybe you have another ones that are most important to you. Concerning the cybersecurity, I think Aid already told everything. So and it's quite fresh in our memory. So I won't touch the topic. Although I think cybersecurity and sustainability, I think they address an intersection field which is becoming every day more important, and I think it will evolve into a major topic in research, in lecturing, and there's a lot of need of people with degrees or not necessarily higher degrees in that field. Just as a closing line on technology, on digital, I think there are a lot of challenges within the digital and the cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, and I think this is mostly due to the fast pace of technology, the developments of technology. I think we are not capable of coping with this speed. The regulators are not coping with this speed. The policymakers are becoming a little bit behind, the development. So these are real concerns that I think should be addressed. Like said Professor Arlindo, we can't stop AI. We may regulate the use of AI, but we can't stop it, the development. It's everybody's free to develop, but probably we can limit the application, create some new policies on the use of AI, but we can't limit. So, but it's a big challenge concerning the evolution or the fast pace of evolution of technology and the impact of it. Okay, thank you.
So I will talk about money. And from the two interventions that we had here today, it's clear that we are doing some steps forward, but we are still lagging behind. And as I am a kind of optimistic person, I say that when it comes to technology, this is okay. Why? Because technology is developing. So it's very difficult to regulate or to have, a very clear picture of something that is moving and that is transforming. But at least we have the sense of what's going on. And I think that most important than that, we have a kind of orientation in terms of the finalities, so the scope that we are aiming at. And this is what is really important. And I think that as I've started and other colleagues working and doing research about sustainability and technology, we see that we have come a long way in these last 20 years, but now everybody knows what sustainability is in some sort of way. At least it has heard about it. And the 2030 organizational objects, sustainable development goals are well known all over the planet. I was a little bit puzzled myself when I was invited to do a conference on fashion sustainability 2 years ago in Saudi Arabia, and I knew that then that they had a plan that did not include all the 17 sustainable development goals, but they had at least 9, and one of them was clean energy. So I think there is a kind of common platform that we are building. This platform is led by, I would say, common people. And I should say that we should not underestimate the power of each individual and of each person in terms of activism or in terms of being an opinion leader. And what is happening now is that I think that, as in the two presentations we had here, is that we had regulation because there is an increase and a steep increase in terms of, let's say, the voting for green parties or parties that were involved in terms of the sustainability goals. People are more than ever, because of the digital, aware of what we are risking in terms of the future. I think that it is clear that this regulation is not going to stop. And so it's a kind of movement that goes between, in a simplistic way, between the people and the power. So in financial terms, we have the economic power. And I could say that, for instance, the Carbon Disclosure Project has or manages something like $10 trillion in terms of energy. It's a private association in terms of getting information to the market about companies who are supporting sustainability. And as long as sustainability is in the agenda, and it will be because people want sustainability to be in the agenda, I think that the financial system will have more tools that will help everyone to assess in terms of what they are doing, in terms of the companies, in terms of digital companies, the impact that they have. Usually we see or take a lot of attention regarding environmental damage, but I think that in terms of the social damage, also we have impact in terms of the digital, as you know. One of the pictures or the photos that Aid has showed us, I think it's clear enough. So I think this was a very productive conference. I thank you all for being here, and a special thanks for everyone who was here, like Rafael, from the start to the very end. And I think that we all got the feeling that this is like the beginning of a talk that we should have more often, because we cannot take things for granted. And as I was saying in the beginning, for the academic world, we have a role to play in terms of education. And this role of education, it's not going to be pursued only in terms of theories, because theory is built on practice, and social sciences are built on practice, and technological activity is built on practice and testing. So I never put a boundary between the two, and I think that we all are, more prepared in terms of doing something about what we really want the future to be, if we take into account these realities, and as Luís Tavares has said, collaborate and together build something, that will be a kind of, well, not a kind, but will be an inheritance for the futures to come. So thank you so much for being here, and I hope that you have a very pleasant late afternoon, and I wish to welcome you in the near future in one of our conferences about sustainability, or about digital, or about both. Thank you so much. Thank you.